Hi, welcome back to Ignite Success, where we sit down with some really interesting folks, business professionals, business leaders, business owners, CEOs, to hear about what they're doing in the community and also to hear a little bit about their backstory, their success story to inspire you. I'm Sherrie Clark and I'm your host, and today I am very happy to present to you my guest, who is Sarah Schmidth. Yeah, she's with the Lifetime Healing Foundation. Now, we talked a little bit. Welcome, Sarah. I forgot to welcome you officially. But, I guess I was on to the topic of what we were talking about. Yeah. We're really into intense conversation before the show about what you do. What is Lifetime Healing Foundation? It is so totally like, that's a thing.
Yeah. Lifetime Healing Foundation is an organization. It's a 501c3. We're based out of Utah, but we have national curriculum support groups for birth mothers. So women who have placed children for adoption, whether that's through foster care, through the state, through adoption attorneys, through adoption agencies, consultants, facilitators, all of that. Birth mothers, I think a lot in this country get misrepresented and stereotyped. We come alongside these forgotten women in the aftermath of their choices of choosing adoption for their children. And some of them have been chosen for them. So a lot of these women are dealing with traumas far before they choose adoption. And then after adoption, they're kind of left to their own devices, whether that's finding counseling, finding support, finding community. So Lifetime Healing Foundation creates programs for exploited women, whether that's through adoption. We do a trafficking program in Arkansas for Marshallese women who have been trafficked to the United States for adoption. And we have a couple of different programs that we're working on for incarceration, for birth mothers that are incarcerated. But we're kind of an all-encompassing organization that really just wants to come alongside women who have placed or relinquished their children for adoption.
Yeah, because I think you're right. The common myth was, I'm going to ask you, is that, this is just like, they did it lackadaisical, no problem.
Yeah.
Here, take my child.
Yeah.
When I think about, if you think about, and especially when the choice has been made for them, they probably think about that child all the time.
All the time.
Like that child never leaves their mind,
No.
and regret as well.
Yeah.
So, just go a little bit deeper about the common myth, about your job or your field of expertise.
Well, I think there is a common myth that all birth mothers choose adoption. And there is situations where birth mothers are coerced. They're promised things for their babies. They're given bills paid, housing, being taken care of during their pregnancies. And then after the baby is obtained by whatever agency or lawyer, they get shipped back to wherever they came from with no resources and no support. There's a lot of problems right now with adoption-friendly states in the United States, where a lot of people want to adopt from these states because the relinquishment times are faster, they get babies quicker, and it's usually because women are being coerced to do so. With women like me, who have actually chosen this for their children, I think there's a big misconception that we chose it lackadaisically, that it was a off-the-cuff decision. It was the hardest choice I've ever made in my life. And I think about them every day. I talk to them as much as I can. We have an open adoption, but I have 2 adult children, and this affects us all generationally. And so I think knowing that these women exist and knowing that they have trauma and knowing that they need healing and they deserve healing is a big thing, because I think a lot of these women don't want to come out of the woodwork because they don't believe they deserve help. They don't think, or they've been made to feel like they weren't enough. They've been made to feel like they couldn't be a parent. They weren't given the resources or the opportunity. They didn't have a partner or financial support. And so they have made these decisions that are lifelong decisions. And in the moment, it feels right. And then decades later, you're going, all that I'm learning is not matching up with the choice that I made. And that can be really difficult for a lot of these women. The problem is that a lot of them don't know that resources exist for them. We have 11 states that are hosting our in-person support groups right now. We do have one in Jacksonville, and I host that once a month. So anyone that wants to come out of the woodwork and come be a part of that, that's a birth mother, I would love to have them. But I think there is a misconception that we just forget. And we don't. We never forget.
Well, if somebody needs you, wants you to come speak, or maybe is going through something, how can they get you?
They can reach me on Instagram. Sunshine Bottle is my handle. I also run an adoption education page called Adoption Education Keys. And then I also work with Lifetime Healing Foundation. And so Lifetime Healing Foundation is a great place to find, lifetimehealingfoundation.org. And then our sitneedaknee.com page is based specifically for birth mothers. So we have a lot of birth mother resources on there as well.
Well, thank you so much for being here,
It is
Sarah.
my pleasure. Thank you so much for wanting to hear from someone like me.
Yes, you bring a different perspective. To learn more about Sarah Schmidth, you can go to iwantabuzz.com, and that's it for this segment, and I'll catch you on the next one. With Storehouse Media Group, we are an award-winning publisher, and we are Everything Books. We take an author who wants to write a book, whether it's with a concept and we help flesh it out, develop it, or we will write the book for them, or we edit the book, or we publish the book, and we can market it to bestseller. All of the above. We just everything books. That's what Storehouse Media Group is.